to secure the American people and at the same time be better stewards of the environment.
You have questions, we have answers.
Listen carefully.
You can't really be against hydrofracking and say you're an environmentalist because immediately the default options are fuels that are much less clean.
For the next hour, Shawn Wilson explores the energy industry with news and interviews from around the corner and around the globe.
Nuclear is one of the directions that we should innovate in.
The Exploring Energy Show begins now.
A very, very good Wednesday morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. Shawn Wilson, Exploring Energy Radio Show. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll have Remember When Wednesday this week. Always enjoy that segment. Today, Elk City Meals on Wheels, located at 1510 West 9th Street. And call in your order, 225-5821. Cuddy Crow had a great idea. Feed the office. Do it for just a few bucks. Regular meals, $8. Senior citizens meals, just $7. Everybody's welcome. It's not just for the old folks. Everybody's welcome. Dining room is open from 11 to 1. Let's get behind this program and continue to support it. It definitely fills a need in our community for our friends and neighbors. Today, it is Philly cheeseburger sub, potato wedges, green beans, and cookies. That's what's on the menu today. Philly cheeseburger sub, potato wedges, green beans, and cookies. Stop by 1510 West 9th Street. Throw them a few extra dollars. It is the season of giving and Thanksgiving, for that matter. Carnegie Caravan, bringing the library right to you. Friends of the Carnegie Library can bring free books to you. Deliver them right to you. Having trouble reading regular print? Well, ask them about their free program that can help. It's 225-0136. That's the phone number, 225-0136. Carnegie Library, friends of the Carnegie Library, firing up the Carnegie Caravan. And you hear me talk about it, and we'll continue to. It's Nominate a Hero. KECO is wanting to recognize, through our sponsors, local people that make a difference, that give, not just in the season of giving, but all year long. Tell us their story. Go to KECOFM.com. Nominate a hero. Who's that neighbor, teacher, or volunteer who always shows up? Nominate them. A Santa's Christmas hero on KECO. Winners get a $250 prize from a KECO sponsor. We'll share photos on Facebook. Deadline is December 23rd at 11:59 p.m. Enter at KECOFM.com. Go to KECOFM.com and nominate a hero. Okay, getting at it here this Wednesday morning. Some of the energy stock prices here, they still on the downward side. West Texas Intermediate down $1.59 a barrel to $59.15 on December contract out of New York City. Brent crude oil in the ICE Futures Exchange out of London down $1.63 to $63.26. That's a January contract there out of London. Tocom crude oil in Japan out of Tokyo down 450 yen per kiloliter on a November contract. New York Mercantile Exchange natural gas, here's a bright point, up 15 cents. Trading north of 450 at $4.52 per million British thermal units. So 452 per BTU. It's pretty good. December contract there. All the refined products are way down. RBOB gasoline on the New York Mercantile Exchange December contract down $4.89 to $195.04. Heating oil on the New York Mercantile Exchange down $11.04 to $259.07. And gas oil down $16.25 to $761.25 per metric ton. So the refined products are all down. New York Mercantile Exchange natural gas up, however. Okay, that Keystone pipeline spill that happened a while back. Well, pipeline fatigue is what caused the leak of thousands of barrels of oil from the Keystone pipeline earlier this year in North Dakota. The spill spread across farmland and required significant cleanup efforts. The cause became public this week after the pipeline operator released new information. So that is what happened there. So anyway, the Associated Press reported that in a quarterly filing, pipeline operator Southbow said initial findings show the failure resulted from a fatigue crack that originated along the pipe manufactured long seam weld. South Bow stated that the mechanical and metallurgical analysis found that the pipe and its weld met industry standards. However, the analysis concluded that the crack did not stem from an out-of-specification weld or improper materials. The AP quoted Pipeline Safety Trust Executive Director Bill Karam, who explained that a fatigue crack grows larger with changes in pressure over time. He said the failure was consistent with the type of crack that slowly expands during routine pressure cycles on a high-volume crude pipeline. Karam said pressure cycling can, steadily worsen a weld flaw until it ruptures. South Bow did not release more technical details about the segment involved or whether similar weld areas will undergo expanded inspections. But the oil spill spread over agricultural land in North Dakota before responders contained the release. The Associated Press report did not provide new details on cleanup volumes, remediation progress, or potential regulatory actions. South Bow has not disclosed additional steps it may take to review or reinforce the pipeline in light of the weld fatigue finding. The cause announcement marks a key stage in the investigation, and regulators are expected to review South Bow's full analysis as more required federal documentation becomes available. So pipeline fatigue is what caused the Keystone oil pipeline to leak. Now that part of the Keystone was completed, at the very first, and then the second part of that was what President Brandon shut down on his first day in office. So, you hear that Keystone pipeline. Well, there was a Keystone pipeline already in place, but the second phase is what Brandon shut down. But anyway, these data centers, we're going to talk a lot about them because they're a big deal. They're a big deal right now, and also right here in Oklahoma. So the residents gathered to discuss the energy data center growth in Payne County, the one up by Stillwater. Stillwater was the site recently of a town hall meeting where data centers and the spread of green energy projects dominated the discussion. Attendees raised questions, voiced concerns, and sought clarity on how rapidly evolving energy and technology projects could affect Payne County. The Stillwater Press reported that the advocacy group Save Our Sunsets sponsored the meeting. Members said they want to provide updates about multiple proposals moving through planning and regulatory channels. The Save Our Sunsets, that's because there are a lot of people that feel like that wind turbines are eye pollution, basically. They just destroy the view of the horizon or wherever it might be looking. So that's the gist of that. Save Our Sunsets. So according to the Stillwater Press, members of Save Our Sunsets explained they aim to brief residents on potential transmission lines, wind projects, solar developments, data centers, and battery storage projects in Payne County. They said that the goal was to help the community understand the scale and speed of what is being proposed. The group emphasized that Payne County could see significant changes in land use and grid infrastructure if all the completed projects advance. And I quote, the group has previously opposed transmission lines, solar and wind projects, and the newest target is data centers. A press release pointed to additional 5 or more proposed data centers, HVDC, high-voltage direct current transmission lines, a proposed 600-acre solar power plant, and issues related to a wind turbine blade recycling plant near Coyle, reported the Stillwater Press. That quote captures the full list of concerns. 5 or more proposed data centers, the HVDCs, the high-voltage direct current transmission lines, a 600-acre solar project, and issues tied to wind turbine blade recycling facility near Coyle. So the town hall reflects broader debates happening across Oklahoma and the region as data center developers, renewable energy companies, and transmission planners target new sites. Advocates like Save Our Sunsets say communities need a stronger voice in project siting, route selection, and long-term land use impacts. Organizers indicated they plan to hold additional meetings as more information emerges and as regulatory actions move forward at the local, state, and regional grid levels. So this deal here, and we've talked about all these aspects on the show. You talk about the transmission lines, the large solar projects, yesterday. Visited with David Holt with the Consumers Energy Alliance, and he said that, there are concerns. There are fears, there's concerns, there's and valid concerns about water usage, electricity usage, these new transmission lines, the solar arrays, and these solar panels. They take up a big bunch of land just to be able to produce electricity. So Payne County is kind of a hot spot right now because that's where, Google said they're going to put another data center. So again, it's something to keep an eye on. And as David Holt pointed out yesterday, it's kind of a conundrum, if you will. These climate activists and these big companies like Meta and Google and places like that, Amazon, they want us like, hey, we're going to be 100% renewable energy by 2030 or 2050 or whatever the target date was. And what they are starting to understand now is that's not achievable, not with intermittent renewable energy that's available right now. So they're going to have to change their thinking somewhat. And a lot of them have. I mean, even Bill Gates is coming back saying, oh, okay, maybe that, climate alarmism was a little far-fetched. You think? Anyway, it's kind of interesting to see these people kind of crawdad is what my old daddy used to call it, kind of back up on things. We'll see how that all turns out. See how it turned out in history this week as we come back with Remember When Wednesday, brought to you by the American Oil and Gas Historical Society, AOGHS.org. Well, follow along if you wish. We'll be back with more right after this.
The Exploring Energy Show. Hi, I'm Mike Rowe, and it never fails. Every time I visit this state and talk to the folks in the energy business, I learn something world-changing. The technology here is bleeding edge, and so is the focus on the environment. As for the people, they're among the smartest, most innovative, most talented workers I've ever had the pleasure of meeting anywhere. They're busy keeping our modern life going. Not a bad career choice, if you ask me. See their stories at oerb.com/micro.
Help us celebrate Black Friday all month long at Windy Nissan with great deals on new and used vehicles with nearly 200 to choose from. Interest rates as low as 0%. Payments as far out as 90 days. Payments as low as $199 a month on select used vehicles. We truly have a little bit of something for everybody. We've got brand new Frontiers with 6-inch lift kits, leveling kits, off-road wheels and tires, cold air intakes, exhaust. We have used cars as low as $69.99. Gas mileage as much as 40 miles per gallon on brand new Nissan Versa. Rebates as high as $5,000 plus discount off new Murano and new Nissan Pathfinder. It's Black Friday all month long right here at Windy Nissan in Elk City, Oklahoma, your hometown dealer. Windy Nissan is now offering Sunbit financing in our service department for service tickets as low as $400 or up to $10,000. Interest rates starting as low as 0% and finance terms as long as 72 months at Windy Nissan, your hometown dealer. Black Friday all month long.
At Bank of America, we asked our teammates, what makes this company a great place to work?
There's very little that you can't accomplish working for Bank of America.
If you prove yourself, you can try over in a totally new way.
You can learn so much here. You're the owner of your career.
See how our teammates are growing in their careers at bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Timber, Oklahoma is your safe and reliable expert tree care service. At Timber, we provide professional tree trimming and removal with a focus on safety, quality, and clear communication. With over 10 years of experience and certified in the Electrical Hazards Awareness Program, our crews provide tree trimming and removal, storm damage cleanup, utility line clearance. Call Timber today at 580-732-3400 or see us online at www.timberokla.com or email us at customercare@timberoklahoma.com.
Hey folks, this is EJ Gretaman with ASCO Equipment out of Elk City, Oklahoma. If you need rental equipment, I got your back. From excavators to wheel loaders, telehandlers, and forklifts, we rent the brands that you know and trust. With flexible terms, responsible service, and expert support, we're here to keep your job on track. Need equipment? We're on it here at ASCO Equipment. Visit ASCOEQ.com or stop by our Elk City branch, 513 West 20th here in Elk City, Oklahoma, or you can just give me a call, 580-243-9233. Appreciate it, folks, and y'all have a blessed day.
Try the penny news for your business. It's the little paper with a big punch.
Stay informed.
This show brought to you in part by Fred's Steakhouse, home of the $4.99 chicken fried steak. Served daily, hand battered, country gravy, and house-made mashed potatoes. They also are your destination for fresh USDA graded beef ribeyes, New York strips, filet mignon, sirloins, hand-cut daily by their in-house butcher. Fred's has numerous side options available, along with fresh salads and soup of the day, freshly baked rolls made daily in their in-house bakery. 7 kinds of chicken. Maybe seafood's what you crave. They have that. They have freshwater catfish. Appetizers sure to please everyone. How about that fresh in-house made dessert to top everything off? And they also have a full-service bar. It's Whiskey Wednesday. Just ask old Jimmy. Fred's Steakhouse can host your private event located at 2107 South Main Street in Elk City. Call 243-2100 or order online. Chow Now app, open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And sustaining Oklahoma's energy resources. Part of the OERB, we heard Mike Rowe, America's greatest storyteller, just a moment ago, talking about what the OERB, Oklahoma Energy Resources Board, Sustaining Oklahoma's Energy Resources, SOAR, does provide. That's education. Education and oilfield cleanups. They provide a lot. STEM programs for our kids. Anyway, here's what's coming up. You can register now or anytime before 5 o'clock on December the 3rd for Natural Gas Midstream and Marketing 101. That's the next class. It's going to be at 11 a.m. in person or Zoom. You can register right now. Go to www.soer.oerb.com. Go to the top, click where it says Producer Education, a little drop down, and it says Workshops. Click on that, and it'll give you an easy blue button to push and register. It's all on SOER, soer.oerb.com's website. And Camrock Supply. Farmers use a lot of oil every season. Oilfield companies use a lot of oil all the time. Camrock's oil has the same specifications, same viscosity, the whole deal, and lubricates the same as the designer brands, but Camrock's oil costs a whole lot less. Costs less. And it's abundant. They've got plenty of it. Folks who use a lot of oil save a lot of money with Camrock. Camrock Supply on South Main Street in Elk City next to Fred's Steakhouse. Online, camrocksupply.com, camrocksupply.com. Locations in Elk City, Oklahoma City, Midland, Texas, and Ulysses, Kansas. That's Camrock. 3 local guys with local ties just doing business with their community. I think we're going to do some business this afternoon with Ronnie Red, one of the owners. So, good stuff. All right, getting right to it here on this Remember When Wednesday, brought to you by the American Oil and Gas Historical Society, AOGHS.org. Appreciate the good folks there, and we're going to come over here, and I'm going to click this button right there, and then here we're going to go. We'll get started. We'll get started all the way back to 1847, November 18th, 1847. Manufactured gas illuminates the U.S. Capitol. Lamps fueled by coal gas began replacing whale oil lamps in the U.S. Capitol. Manufactured gas distilled beneath the Capitol flowed through newly installed pipes into light fixtures, including chandeliers in both house chambers. James Cruchet had invented the lighting system and convinced Congress to appropriate $17,500 to fund his plan, which included a lantern atop the dome. Onlookers witnessed one of the most splendid and beautiful spectacles we've ever beheld, according to David Rosenstein in History Sidebar. Cruchet built a gas plant in the Capitol's northwest quadrant, placing lighting fixtures throughout the building. Although the dome's 80-foot mast and lantern would be removed within a year, a citywide manufactured gas system followed, similar to the ones established in Philadelphia and Baltimore a little bit earlier. Our next story, I'm going to put a picture up on our Facebook feed so you can kind of get an idea of what we're talking about. And this right here is, well, this was another first on the site. And I can tell you right now, the Wells boys make sure that it is a first. But November 19th, 1861, America exports oil for the very first time. America exported petroleum for the first time when the merchant brig Elizabeth Watts departed the port of Philadelphia for Great Britain. The Union vessel arrived in London 45 days later. Took over a month to get there, carrying a cargo of 901 barrels of Pennsylvania oil and 428 barrels of refined kerosene. The shippers were the successful Philadelphia import-export firm of Peter Wright and Sons, which since its founding in 1818 had prospered transporting glass, porcelain, and Queensware china. The company hired the brig Elizabeth Watts to ship the petroleum to 3 British companies. On January 9th, 1862, the brig sailed down the Thames River to arrive at London, the old Thames. Wow, where it took 12 days to unload the 1,329 barrels of oil and kerosene. You can learn more about that in America Exports Oil. Also on our Facebook preview, you can click on America's Export Oil on that article. Takes you right to where you can learn more. November 19th, 1927, Phillips Petroleum introduces Phillips 66 gasoline. After a decade as an exploration and production company, Phillips Petroleum entered a business of refining and retail gasoline distribution. The Bartlesville, Oklahoma company introduced a new line of gasoline, Phillips 66, at its first service station, which opened in Wichita, Kansas. The gasoline was named Phillips 66 because it had propelled company officials down U.S. Highway 66 at 66 miles per hour on the way to a meeting at their Bartlesville headquarters. The roadway became part of Phillips Petroleum's marketing plans for the new product, which boasted controlled volatility, the result of a higher gravity, a mix of naphtha and gasoline. By 1930, Phillips 66 gasoline was sold at 6,750 outlets in 12 states. Because the composition made Phillips 66 gas easier to start in cold weather, ads enticed motorists to try the new winter gasoline, is what they called it then. Right out of Oklahoma, folks. That's some good stuff right there. November 20th, 1866, improved well torpedo was patented. Colonel Edward A.L. Roberts of New York City patented improvements to his Roberts torpedo, an oilfield technology for increasing production by fracturing oil-bearing formations. Our attention has been called to a series of experiments that have been made in the wells of various localities by Colonel Roberts. With his newly patented torpedo, noted the Titusville Morning Herald newspaper in 1865, the results have in many cases been astonishing. The Civil War Union Army veteran would receive many patents for his exploding torpedoes in artesian wells. That method to increase petroleum production, you can see shooters, fracking history. November 20th, 1930, oil boom bring Hilton Hotels to Texas. After buying his first hotel in the booming oil town of Cisco, Texas, Conrad Hilton opened a high-rise in El Paso. While visiting Cisco in 1919, Hilton had witnessed roughnecks from the Ranger Oilfield waiting for a room. Hilton's first hotel, the Mobley, offered 40 rooms for 8-hour periods to coincide with the workers' shifts. Thanks to booming oil fields, Hilton was firmly established in Texas. His El Paso Hilton, now the Plaza Hotel, was placed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1980. At the bottom of the hour, going to take a break. We'll come back and we'll continue our track through time with the American Oil and Gas Historical Society's AOGHS.org. Remember When Wednesday, right after this.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
The way a doctor knows the human body, that's how you know trucks. You hear a rattle, a rumble, a vibration, and you know exactly what's wrong. You're a diagnostic genius, the go-to for getting trucks running and keeping them tough and DOT compliant. You're a Mac Pro, a tech tool titan. With a wrench in your hand, there's nothing you can't fix. Canyon Oilfield Services is looking for you. Our Hinton, Oklahoma yard has 10 trucks ready for your expertise and a fleet of over 70 trucks waiting for your oversight. It's a big job for a big talent. Not every mechanic has what it takes, but you're different. You're a mechanical boss, and they call you Haas, and we need your expertise. You tell us what it'll take to get you on board and added to the team. We're ready to deal. Call 580-729-3297 to set up your interview. 580-729-3297. At Canyon Oilfield Services, the key word is service.
You know why people like going out to eat? It's a little treat for them. They get to leave the house and go somewhere else and have somebody else cook the food and serve it to them and clean up afterward. All you got to do is pay and leave.
I know a lady that makes it at Janice's Cafe. We go out there and eat all the time. You know why? It's not at home, and it's better than what we cook. You know, one of my favorite things to eat at Janice's Cafe? The catfish. It's good. It's got the crispy breading. Oh, it's like they made it with love, with a little bit more love on top of it.
Bacon cheeseburger.
Best bacon cheeseburger in the business. Name another one.
Mushroom and Swiss.
Best mushroom burger there is ever. Janice's Cafe can make all those burgers for. Of course, they got burgers. They got the best burgers you can have.
Do you think more people drink sweet tea or unsweet tea?
Well, you know what I am.
Half and half.
Half sweet, half unsweet. Janice is located on the south side of Elk City, where you go into the movie theater, right there next to Arby's. You'll be able to find it because there's a big old sign up there that says Janice's Cafe.
So if your farmer need a hose built, you can come in, we'll build it. Oilfield customer and need us to come out and see you, we'll come out and see you and take an order or pick up a hose, build it, bring it back to you. Solves that problem. I'm Brock Kalk, and my company is American Hose and Supply. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings, oilfield or agriculture. You needed a hose like yesterday. We will stop what we're doing, and if we got to go to our Oklahoma City shop and get it, we'll do that. And I've done that for a lot of my customers. The business I've done with Oilfield, they got to see your face. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever the customer prefers, that's what we're going to do. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings. In the oilfield, sometimes you get a call for a crazy, hey, can you get this? And you go find it for them. American Hose and Supply. Come by and see us at 2111 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, in Camrock Building next to Fred's.
Or call 303-1123.
Solves that problem.
Need a trip hopper, feed buggy, or cattle chute? Call Barnes Feed Service in Hobart, Oklahoma. 580-726-2120.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
And welcome back, everybody. ASCO Equipment, one of our great sponsors, 513 West 20th Street. They represent like Case Construction, Case IH, Caterpillar Lift Truck Line, Crown, Bobcat, Genie, Hitachi, Mitsubishi, Volvo, several other lines of well-known and respected agricultural, construction, material handling, and mining equipment. ASCO sells new and used equipment to the people who build, fuel, and feed our communities. If you're looking for the big stuff, heavy equipment for sale or rent, this is your place. They've got cranes, dozers, excavators, forklifts, compactors, wheel loaders, backhoes, tractors, pavers, skid steers, more. And they've got a service department with over 200 factory-trained certified technicians providing you with 24/7 service. They want to be a partner in your project, and they know that project needs to continue to move forward. $21 million worth of parts in stock. They'll work on your equipment, no matter where you bought it, when you bought it, or what brand it is. And they offer flexible rental equipment options, even with rent to buy. Talk to them. They got trade-in programs for your old equipment. Equipment sales, Bart Shields. Equipment rental, E.J. Gredeman. Branch manager, Jeremy Bridgman. Located at 513 West 20th Street. Online, ASCOEQ.com. ASCOEQ.com. Call 323-3422. Tell them we sent you. DCP Services. Jeff and his darling wife, Terry. Toby, Carly, all the good folks at the Davis family. DCP Services, a diversified oil field company offering the right services with the right people on the job. They have a roustabout division, a lease operators division, a wireline division with both braided and slick line options. Find them on DCP Services on Facebook. Also that pump repair shop in Cordell. Or you can call Jeff Davis directly, 580-660-0501. Maybe you're looking for a relief pumper out there. Just let them know. 580-660-0501. And David Allen Guest, I think he's one of our most loyal listeners and watchers of the show. And he's loyal to his customers, the people that use him, people he saves that time that they used to spend trying to manage their minerals and royalties. And he's a guy you can trust that will be there, and a guy who's going to get you the most out of your royalties. That's a big one right there, too. That's why he's been doing it for almost 50 years now for himself and others, because he's good at it. And he's trustworthy, honest, man of integrity. And if you find yourself in a situation to sell, David's a buyer of royalties from estates, probates, trusts, and bankruptcies. Those are really sometimes messy situations. David can help you through it and give you the fair deal. Treat you right. David Allen Guest, 405-341-8698. 405-341-8698. Or look him up on the intraweb. David Allen Guest, Certified Mineral Manager. Okay, get back at it here as we continue our track through time with the American Oil and Gas Historical Society. November 20th, 1980, well-tapped salt mine drains Louisiana Lake. Minutes after its drilling crew evacuated, a Texaco drilling platform overturned and disappeared into a whirlpool that drained Lake Pinneguer in Louisiana over the next 3 hours. The crew had accidentally penetrated a salt dome containing the mining operations of Diamond Crystal Salt Company. All 50 miners working as deep as 1,500 feet below the surface escaped with no serious injuries as the maelstrom swallowed the $5 million Texaco platform and 11 barges holding the drilling supplies. Texaco, who had ordered the oil probe, was aware of the salt mine's presence and had planned accordingly, but somewhere a miscalculation had been made, which placed the drill site directly above one of the salt mine's 80-foot-high, 50-foot-wide upper shafts, noted a 2005 article about Lake Pinneguer's vortex. According to a 1981 government report, Jefferson Island mined in Indonesia. Evidence for identifying the exact cause was washed away, but Texaco and Wilson Drilling paid $32 million to Diamond Crystal Salt Company and another $12.8 million to a nearby botanical garden. Changed from fresh water to salt water with a depth reaching 200 feet, Lake Pinneguer became the deepest lake in Louisiana. I guess so. Swallowed an oil rig. Yikes. How'd you like to be that guy? Oh, I should have carried the one. Yikes. November 21st, 1925, the Magnolia Petroleum Incorporates, formerly an unincorporated joint stock association with roots dating to an 1889 refinery in Corsicana, Texas. Magnolia Petroleum Company Incorporated. The original association had sold many grades of refined petroleum products through more than 500 service stations in Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Within a month of the new company's founding, John D. Rockefeller Standard Oil of New York purchased most Magnolia Petroleum assets and operated it as a subsidiary. Magnolia merged with the Saucony Mobile Oil Company in 1959 and adopted the Reg Pegasus logo at gas stations. Magnolia Petroleum assets were part of the 1999 merger that created ExxonMobil. November 21st, 1980, millions watch the Dallas episode. Who shot JR, basically. That cliffhanger episode, Who Shot JR, on the primetime soap opera Dallas, was watched by 83 million people in the United States and 350 million people worldwide. This was 1980. The CBS show debuted in 1978 and revolved around two Texas oil families, one featuring Larry Hagman as J.R. Ewing, the character fans loved to hate. According to History.com, Hagman's portrayal of a greedy, conniving, womanizing scoundrel in the business dealings of Ewing Oil Company would stereotype the Texas petroleum industry for years. Oh, boy, yeah, that was quite the thing. I wasn't a big Dallas watcher, but you can't forget the Who Shot JR deal. November 22nd, 1878, Tidewater Pipe Company was established. Byron Benson organized the Tidewater Pipe Company in Pennsylvania. In 1879, his company would build the first oil pipeline to cross the Alleghenies from Quarryville to the Philadelphia Reading Railroad, 109 miles away in Williamsport. This technological achievement was considered by many as the first true oil pipeline in America, if not the world. The difficult work, which much of it was done in winter, using sleds to move pipe sections, bypassed Standard Oil Company's dominance in transporting petroleum. Tidewater made an arrangement with Reading Railroad to haul the oil in tank cars to Philadelphia and New York. In 1879, about 250 barrels of oil from the Bradford field was pumped across the mountains and into Williamsport. More than 80% of America's oil soon would come from Pennsylvania oil fields, according to Floyd Hartman Jr. in a 2009 article called Birth of Corryville's Tidewater Pipeline. So they bypassed the old, rail cars, basically. And then what they did was, Rockefeller just bought all the oil transportation oil cars. So it bypassed him for a little bit, but he found a way to benefit off of it anyway. November 22nd, 1905, Glenpool Field discovered in Indian Territory. 2 years before Oklahoma statehood, the Glenpool oil field was discovered in the Creek Indian Reservation south of Tulsa, the greatest oil field in America at the time. It would help make Tulsa the oil capital of the world. Many independent oil producers, including Harry F. Sinclair and J. Paul Getty, got their start during the Glenpool boom. With production exceeding 120,000 barrels of oil a day, Glenpool exceeded Tulsa County's earlier Red Fork Gusher. The giant oil field, even exceeded production from Spindletop Hill in Texas 4 years earlier. The Ida Green No. 1 well, drilled into about 1,500 feet deep, led to more prolific wells in the 12-square-mile Glenpool. By the time of statehood in 1907, Tulsa area officials made Oklahoma the biggest U.S. oil-producing state. You can learn more about that in making Tulsa the oil capital of the world. November 22nd, 2003, Smithsonian Museum features transportation. A permanent exhibit about U.S. transportation history opened at the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History in Washington, D.C. Get your kicks on 40 feet of Route 66, the Smithsonian exhibit noted on opening day of the $22 million renovation of the museum's Hall of Transportation. Hundreds of artifacts are displayed in chronological order, allowing visitors to travel back in time and experience transportation as it changed America. The hall today includes examples of the first models of Oldsmobile, Franklin, and Cadillac. Also preserved is the Doria Brothers 1893-94 model, considered to be the first American car driven by an internal combustion engine. We'll learn more about that in America on the Move. And finally, November 23rd, 1947, the world's first LPG ship. The first U.S. seagoing liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, ship went into service as Warren Petroleum Corporation of Tulsa, Oklahoma, set the Natalie O. Warren from the Houston Ship Channel to Newark, New Jersey. The vessel had LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, capacity of 38,053 barrels and 68 vertical pressure tanks. The one-of-a-kind ship was the former Cape Diamond dry cargo freighter before being converted by the Bethlehem Steel Yard in Beaumont, Texas. The experimental design led to innovative maritime construction standards for such vessels. Warren Petroleum became the largest producer and marketer of natural gasoline and propane in the world by the early 1950s, according to an exhibit at the Tulsa Historical Society and Museum. LPG tankers today carry 20 times that capacity of the early vessels. Of course, we call it LNG today, but it was all the way back to 1947 when they first started shipping that. Good stuff. It's been a great Remember When Wednesday. A lot of information, a lot of firsts, a lot of Oklahoma history in the oil and gas industry covered here today. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you get a chance to go to their website, aoghs.org, click the support button up top. Throw them a few extra dollars. All the money they get goes right back into this site. And I promise you, it is well vetted before it gets on this site, because those guys, they care about it being actual and factual, and they care about updating the site as well, as there's always continued updatings. If you can help them out, do it. If not, just sign up for their newsletter. They send it out. You you can decide which stories to go look at, and I promise you, once you start navigating through there, you're going to find a whole lot of wormholes that would be like, what? I had no idea that was associated with the oil and gas industry. Remember Win Wednesday. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to take a break and be back. My lovely assistant has joined me with her pretty pink bedazzled mic sock and all that as we continue the Wednesday edition mop-up segment right after this.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
Looking for the perfect venue for your next event? Look no further than the Frisco Center, located in the heart of western Oklahoma. Whether it's a stunning wedding, a joyful reception, a memorable birthday party, or a professional seminar, we've got you covered. With spacious rooms and exceptional service, Frisco Center is designed to make your special occasion unforgettable. Located at 101 South 4th Street in Clinton, Oklahoma. Call us today at 580-323-7874 to book your date. The Frisco Center, where every event is a reason to celebrate.
Craving a real steak? Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City is firing up flavor 7 days a week. The grill is always hot and the steaks are always fresh. From juicy char-grilled ribeyes, fillets, and sirloins to chicken fried steak, hearty burgers, seafood, and chicken, there's something for everyone. Don't forget the appetizers, salads, and desserts to top it off. Bring your appetite. We'll handle the rest. Dine in or order online now on the DoorDash app. It's more than just a steakhouse. It's Fred's.
It's Thanksgiving, and it's time to feast your eyes on the savings at Cummins in Weatherford. Right now, get up to $67.50 in rebates for qualified buyers on all new 2025 and 2026 GMC light-duty models with a 6.2-liter engine. Trucks you love with savings that'll have you coming back for seconds. So load up the family and make this Thanksgiving sweeter than ice cream on Grandma's apple pie. Cummins, Cadillac, Chevrolet, GMC in Weatherford, I-40 and Airport Road, or online at CumminsBPG.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
Hi, this is Shawn with Galleria Furniture. If you're looking for the best prices on dining sets, this is the time to shop. The Blake dining set is just $249. The Ashbourne Casual 5-piece counter height dining set is only $399. And if you want something cozy, you can even sit back in the Rowan set. Comfort and value all in one place. And don't forget, we have over 40 sets on the floor and available. Located in Elk City next to Tractor Supply, where friends don't let friends pay retail.
You got 5-6 tractors out there. You got a dozer, a traco, a grader, something like that. I mean, you go through a lot of oil in a season. I mean, you'll use a few hundred gallons in a season. So here at Camrock, we have the same specification oil as the other brand, where people think that they have to use that for a certain color on their tractors and stuff like that. But we have the same oil specifications as they do. Works just as well, does the same thing, lubes it just the same. Price comparison is, it's not even a comparison. We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil. They can come in and talk to us, see what they want, or give us a call, and we can come out, see what they have, fill their tanks, set them tanks. That's what we've done here in the past. We've converted a lot of farmers over to our brand, our house brand of motor diesel oil. The price savings it's huge for them. We sell it to oilfield companies also. They use it in frac pumps, and they're not happy, you know it, and it's working great for them. Camrock is the name of the company. It's 2111 South Main, Elk City, south of Fred's Steakhouse. The price savings it's huge for them.
Level up your fitness at Modern Fitness. With 24-hour access, you can work out anytime you want. Modern Fitness in Elk City. Get in shape and have fun doing it at a really nice gym.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
We are back again. Thanks for sticking around. American Hose and Supply. You want to keep making money, your equipment and your machinery has to keep running. American Hose and Supply, they'll help you do that. American Hose and Supply inside the Camrock building, whether it's, high pressure, low pressure, suction, discharge, doesn't make any difference, hydraulics. Next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City. They can custom make hoses with the ends you need, the links you need. Call 303-1123, 303-1123, American Hose and Supply. Go to those who know hose, right next to Fred's Steakhouse in the Camrock building. And everyone knows that distinct smell when something electrical gets too hot. Carter Electric reminds you, do not ignore it. Electrical fires happen, especially in older houses and buildings built before the modern technology age, but really any house or building. Carter Electric has infrared scanners, a level 1 certified technician that can detect those hot spots before they short out and catch fire. Commercial and residential uses can save thousands of dollars and save lives. Fully licensed and insured, Carter Electric has the equipment, personnel, and experience to handle any electrical job 24 hours a day. And they're an authorized Generac generator dealer. Licensed, insured, trusted. Carter Electric, operated by Kervin and Mary Orgain. Located at 217 West 12th Street in Elk City. Call them at 225-2447, 225-2447, providing you this hour's weather forecast, the service of Carter Electric. Now, are you going to bring some rain our way, sister?
I'm going to try.
Okay. All right.
Might be possible tomorrow. We've only got a 20% chance of showers today, mostly cloudy with a high of near 73. Northeast wind 5 to 7 miles per hour, becoming south in the afternoon. Tonight we have a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Cloudy with a low around 55, south wind around 7 miles per hour. Thursday we have a 90% chance of thunderstorms. High near 65, southwest wind 6 to 10 miles per hour, becoming south-southeast in the afternoon. Thursday night, showers likely and possibly a thunderstorm before 9 p.m., then showers likely between 9 p.m. and midnight. Friday, sunny with a high near 65, southwest wind 9 to 14 miles per hour, becoming northwest in the afternoon. Winds could gust as high as 21. Saturday, sunny with a high near 65. Sunday, a 40% chance of showers, partly sunny with a high near 61. Monday, a 50% chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a high near 59. And Tuesday, a 20% chance of showers, mostly sunny with a high near 61.
All righty. So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a good chance tomorrow.
And I hope we get I hope we just get a real nice cotton shower, just about a 3 or 4 inch soaker. That would sure help. Anything
likely
will help.
that is.
Yeah,
But
anything would help, but man, we could sure use it, no doubt.
yes.
Here's some energy news in my briefs. Well, U.S. Senator Mike Lee, a Utah Republican, sets a Senate hearing to consider whether the Brandon Area Federal Bureau of Land Management prioritize conservation over energy development. The BLM seeks input. The Bureau of Land Management seeks public input on its proposed to auction oil and gas leases in March of 2026, covering 72,848 acres in Colorado, 19,957 acres in Nevada. The Trump administration is proposing drastic changes to the definition of waters of the U.S., the WOTUS, under the Clean Water Act, significantly limiting the EPA's authority to prevent pollution and destruction of wetlands and streams. Around 80% of known wetlands would lose protections, according to the analysis by the EPA and Army Corps of Engineers. German energy company RWE has completed construction of a 100-megawatt solar farm in Louisiana and will begin sending power to Meta by year's end. And utilities and power plant developers are largely ignoring the Trump administration's push to build large-scale nuclear reactors. Here's something from around the world. A drone struck a Turkish flag tanker and set it ablaze Monday in southern Ukraine's Odessa region. Officials said one day after President Volodymyr Zelensky signed a deal to import U.S. LNG through the area. The price of Russia's flagship Urals crude at the Black Sea plunged to $36.61 per barrel, the lowest in nearly 3 years, as new U.S. sanctions on Rosneft and Lukoil take effect Friday of this week. ConocoPhillips has made a natural gas discovery in the Otway Basin off Australia, with reserves and commercial viability still under valuation. And a new report by the Foundation for Defense of Democracies suggests China could attempt to force the capitalization of Taiwan by choking off the island's fuel and electricity imports through inspections, customs rules, and cyber intrusions, not military missiles. Fighting a different kind of war down there, I guess. How you doing on energy stock prices? I mean, are you going to give us some good news?
Probably not.
Oh,
not today.
Man. Not today.
Not today.
What do you got over there, girl?
American Electric Power is down 36 cents, trading at $123.15. Apache is down $1.23, trading at $23.69. Baker Hughes is down 38 cents at $47.63. ConocoPhillips is down $2.31 at $87.37. Devon Energy is down $1 at $34.87. EOG Resources is down $2.99 at $106.58. Expand Energy is down 84 cents at $116.32. General Electric is up $4.46 at $347. Halliburton is down 51 cents at 26.28. Helmerich & Payne is up 4 cents at 26.60. Liberty Energy is down 48 cents at 15.93. Occidental Petroleum is down $1.46 at 41.06. OG&E Energy is down 7 cents at 44.07. One Oak is down 72 cents at 68.71. Phillips 66 is down $4.64 at 133.77. Sandridge Energy is down 18 cents at 14.25. Schlumberger is down 61 cents, trading at 35.43. And Williams Companies is down 56 cents at 58.61.
Yeah, you didn't give us much good news.
I didn't. I apologize.
I got to give you this little nugget. Colorado frog might stop oil and gas project. It's the Colorado frog. Oh, man. Wildlife advocates in Colorado are attempting to stop a proposed 35-acre oil well project, fearing it will put the vulnerable northern leopard frog at risk. The project site, located near Aurora Reservoir, has become a flashpoint as residents and scientists push for stronger protections for a species considered highly sensitive to habitat disturbance. Scientists and local biologists told Capital in Maine that the northern leopard frog is an indicator species, meaning its decline signals deeper ecosystem stress. The species is difficult to spot, count, and monitor, making population data challenging to establish and increasing concerns about disruptions near critical habitat. We used to catch striped frogs and use them for bait. There maybe not have been this northern leopard striped frog, but nonetheless, the oil pad would be constructed by Crestone Peak Resources Operating LLC, which plans one of Colorado's largest oil and gas pads on a former bombing range less than a mile from the reservoir. Scientists already report an absence of frogs in much of the area, heightening concerns about the impacts of heavy industrial activity. You mean they're not finding these frogs out on that pad?
Apparently not.
They're not looking in the right places. You don't look in the open for these frogs, knuckleheads. Anyway, herpetologists recently discovered the 3 northern leopard frogs at the proposed site. The finding came shortly after state officials identified oil and gas exploration and extraction as a threat to the species in Colorado's 2025 Wildlife Action Plan, which lists the amphibian as requiring conservation interventions most urgently. Residents near Aurora Reservoir have joined wildlife groups in voicing concerns, arguing that the massive oil pad could further destabilize an already stressed species. The northern leopard frog's presence, combined with its documented vulnerability, has amplified calls for regulatory intervention, regulatory steps, and potential mitigation plans.
Well,
it's
according
like
to
the
this,
great
it
spotted
says-
owl, I guess.
Well, it says the northern leopard frog is one of the most widely distributed amphibians in North America.
Yeah, like I said, we
So-
used to catch them and use them for bait. They make good fish bait. Anyway, nonetheless, they're shutting down a big old operation because of their concern for the northern leopard frog in Colorado. Had some Paragon TV games last night. Got some coming to Friday night. Arapahoe, Butler at Sentinel, Eric at Granite. That's girls only, by the way. Canute at Hydro Eakley, and Leedy at Hammond. You can watch all this on ParagonTV.com. It costs you $9.99 a month. We're just talking about pennies a day, but you get to watch all 8 schools live or archive broadcasts. Plus, we've got a lot of specialty stuff with our very own Lexi.
Yes.
Yeah, man, she is doing a fantastic job doing highlights and from these different schools. So, again, if you get a chance to check that out. And you can always watch for free the Classics 24/7.
Yes.
Yeah, it's free
I think
channels.
my favorite added thing now is the multicam view, though.
Oh,
where
yeah,
you
the
can watch
multi-view
multiple-
where you can see which games are on. That's
Yes.
exactly right.
Watch them all at the same time.
Yeah. Pays to have old Kevin up front, doesn't it?
It does.
Again, hope you enjoyed Remember When Wednesday. For my wonderful assistant, TJ, I'm Shawn Wilson. Thanks so much for listening. I promise we'll talk again. Don't forget to go nominate a Santa hero on KCOFM.com. Have yourself a great day. Come on, Rain.
A John Deere working the field. That's what country sounds like.
96.5 KECO, Elk City.
Fox News.
News, I'm Therese Crowley. The prince bearing gifts after a White House welcome with military flyover and a gala dinner